theorem number 5. Statement is, if F maps A to B is a bijection, F maps A to B is a bijection, IA and IB are identity functions on A and B respectively, then prove that F circle F inverse is equal to IB and F inverse circle F is equal to I. First, let us prove, first of all, we prove F inverse circle F is equal to I. Since two functions are equal, according to definition of the equality of two functions, when we say that the two functions are equal means F inverse circle F IA must be defined at same domain, and for some element in the domain F inverse circle F of X is equal to I of X, then we can write F inverse circle F is equal to I. This is the way of evaluating this. So first of all, consider, since given F mapping from A to B, F mapping from A to B is a bijection. So this implies F inverse mapping from B to A, inverse function of F mapping from B to A is also bijection. Right? Next, F inverse circle F, G maps from A to B, F maps A to B, G maps B to C, then G circle F. G circle F means here F inverse circle F maps A to C means here it is A to A. Here it is A to A is also bijection. Is also a bijection. IA mapping from A to A. IA mapping from A to A. We know that IA mapping from A to A is the identity function. So F inverse circle F mapping from A to A, IA mapping from A to A. Therefore, we can conclude they have same domain. A is the domain. Therefore, I can conclude F inverse circle F and IA functions are defined at same domain. Therefore, clearly, F inverse circle F, that is F inverse circle F, is bijection, and IA, A to A is an identity function. They are defined at same domain. Therefore, I can conclude that the F maps F inverse circle F and IA are defined at same domain. Next, we prove for elementary. Let us consider A belongs to A and B belongs to B. Since F mapping from A to B is a bijection, for each A belongs to A, there exists B belongs to B such that F of A is equal to B, which implies A is equal to F inverse of B, which implies A is equal to F inverse of B. Now, since LHS is F inverse circle F, consider F inverse circle F of A. Consider F inverse circle F of A. This can be written as F inverse of F of A. This can be written as F inverse of F of A is nothing but B. So what is F inverse of B? F inverse of B is A. So F inverse of B is A. So this A can be written as IA of A. Okay. Therefore, what we can end is F inverse circle F of A is equal to IA of A. Since they are defined at same domain, and for some element in the domain A, F inverse circle F of A is equal to IA. Therefore, at the end, we can conclude that F inverse circle F is equal to IA. Okay, right. Next one, what we have to prove is second one. We have to prove that F circle F inverse. Second one, we prove F inverse circle F is equal to IB. Okay, right. Similarly, since F mapping from A to B is a bijection, F inverse mapping from B to A is also a bijection, right? Next, this implies F circle F inverse, F circle F inverse, F circle F inverse maps from B to B is also bijection from first theorem. F mapping from A to B, G mapping from B to C. Then G circle F maps from A to C is a bijection from theorem. We know that IA mapping from IB mapping from B to B, IB mapping from B to B is identity function. Identity function. Clearly, what we observe is F circle F inverse mapping from B to B. IB mapping from B to B is identity function. Therefore, both are defined at same domain B. Therefore, we can conclude that F circle F inverse and IB are defined at same domain. Okay, and well, let us move into prove this as that of last problem. Since F maps A to B is a bijection, for each A belongs to A, there exists B belongs to B, such that F of A is equal to B, which implies that the F inverse of B is equal to A. Now let us consider F circle F inverse of B. Let us consider F circle F inverse of B, which is nothing but F of F inverse of B, which is nothing but F of F inverse of B is A, F of A is B. So this can be written as, this B can be written as, so F circle F inverse of B is nothing but IB of B. IB of B is B, since IB is an identity function over B. Since B is an element in B, IB of B is equal to B is an identity function. Therefore, B can be written as IB of B. Since they are defined at same domain, for some element in the domain of F circle F inverse and the IB, these two functions are equal. So I can say that these two functions are equal functions. Okay. Hence proof. Function theorem 6. Sixth theorem. Statement is F maps A to B, G maps B to C are two functions. IA and IB are identity functions over A and B respectively. If F circle G is equal to IB and G circle F is equal to IA, then prove that F is a bijection. First of all, we have to prove F is a bijection and G is equal to F inverse. Secondly, we have to prove G is equal to F inverse. F is a bijection, F inverse exists, and this is equal to G. So we move to prove this. We prove F is a bijection. In case 1, we prove F maps A to B, this is B to A. F maps A to B and G maps B to A are two functions. I and IB are defined identity functions for A and B respectively. Then we have to prove this. We prove F maps A to B is 1, 1. First we prove F maps A to B is 1, 1. Since F is a function, G is a function, let A1, A2 belongs to A, comma, B1 is equal to F of A1, comma, B2 is equal to F of B2, F of A2 belongs to B. A1, A2 belongs to A. B1, B2 belongs to B. Since F mapping from A to B is a function, F of A1, if you want to prove F is a 1, 1 function, consider F of A1 is equal to F of A2. What do we have to prove? A1 is equal to A2. Since f is a function, f of a1 is equal to f of a2. I consider these two elements are equal. So I can apply g on both sides. Therefore, g of f of a1, g of f of a1 is equal to g of f of a2. How? Since g is a function, g maps b to a is a function. G of, if b1, b2 are two elements, g of b1, g of b2 certainly exists since it's a function. So g of b1, g of b2 exists. Therefore, since g is a function, for b1 and b2 I can apply the function. Therefore, g of f of a1 equal to g of f of a2, applying g on both sides. This can be written as g circle f of a1 is equal to g circle f of a2. G circle f of a1 equal to g circle f of a2 according to the definition of composite function. G circle f, what is G circle f? G circle f is IA. So IA of A1, IA of A1 is equal to IA of A2 since given. Since G circle f is equal to IA given. Since given G circle f is equal to IA. So for G circle f I substituted the IA. IA of A1, IA of A1, since IA is an identity function, A1 is equal to A2. Therefore, what we can conclude? F of a1 is equal to f of a2. Since f of a1 is equal to f of a2, a1 is equal to a2. This implies f maps a to b is a 1-1 function. F maps a to b is a 1-1 function, isn't it? Since f of a1, I consider f of a1 is equal to f of a2. F of a1 is equal to f of a2. I consider f of a1 is equal to f of a2 and arrived at the a1 is equal to a2. Therefore, f is a 1-1 function. So next case 2. Case 2, what I have to prove? In case 2, we prove f mapping from a to b. F mapping from a to b is onto. F mapping from a to b is onto. Right. For each, since f mapping from a to b is a function, for each a belongs to a, there exists b belongs to b such that f of a is equal to b. Right. Also, since g maps b to a is a function, b to a is a function, what I can write? For each b belongs to b, for each b belongs to b, there exists unique element, here also unique b, unique element a belongs to a such that g of b is equal to a. G of b is nothing but a. I can apply f on both sides since f is a function from a to b. So f of g of b is equal to f of a. Okay, applying f since f is a function. Since f is a function, I applied f on both sides. Therefore, f circle g of b is equal to f of a. What is f circle g? F circle g, according to given statement, f circle g is nothing but ib. ib of b is equal to f of a. Therefore, b is equal to f of a. Therefore, what we can conclude? For each b belongs to b, there exists a unique element a belongs to a such that b is equal to f of a. I arrived at the b is equal to f of a. Taking g of b is equal to a, I arrived at the b is equal to f of a. Therefore, I can conclude that f mapping from a to b, is a onto function. Right? Next, since from cases 1 and 2, since from the above two cases, we say that f is both 1-1 and onto. Therefore, it's a bijection. So first theorem, first part is over. Second, next one, last one is, second one is, we prove G is equal to F inverse. We prove G is equal to F inverse. As that of previous theorems, two functions are equal means they must be defined at same domain and same domain. Given G maps B to A is a function, only function. So only a function. Whereas we proved F mapping from A to B is a bijection. Both are functions. Okay. Look here, G and F is a bijection, no? So we need F inverse. See, F inverse mapping from B to A. Look into F. F is mapping from A to B is a bijection. Already we proved. So F inverse exists. Since it's a bijection, F inverse exists is also bijection. Is also a bijection. Now look into the G and G F inverse. This B domain of G and domain of F inverse are same. Therefore, G and F inverse are defined at same domain. It's very important. They are defined at same domain. Next, since G mapping from B to A is a function, for each B belongs to B, there exists unique element. A belongs to A such that G of B is equal to A. This is first one. Okay, right. Since F maps A to B is a bijection. Since F maps A to B is a bijection. Therefore, for each A belongs to A, there exists B belongs to B such that F of A is equal to B. Implies A is equal to F inverse of B. This is number 2. From 1 and 2, what you can conclude? G of B is equal to F inverse of B. Since both are equal to A is equal to G of B, A is equal to F inverse of B. Therefore, for some element B in the domain, both are equal. Therefore, they are defined at same domain, and for some element B in capital B, they are equal. Therefore, G is equal to F inverse. Second is also proved. So from cases 1 and 2, we proved that F is a bijection, and then we proved that G is equal to F inverse, second one. Hence, the theorem is completed.